Okay, this is Shelly Dressel, and tonight I'm channeling the goddess of creation. This is for a meditation. I already know what it's about. So for this one, I have people that are on the phone, and I have people that that may be watching it in the live stream. So welcome everybody. There's nobody in here now on the live stream, but I'm sure people will drop in. Anyway, I already know what tonight is going to be about, and I think it's going to be really, really helpful for everyone. So, you know how there's Hurricane Erin sitting there off the coast of the U.S., and she's going to talk to us about working with energies, and we're going to work with that hurricane in particular. But whatever it is, I think she's going to give us all tools so that each one of us can then work with. Is it a flood? Is it an earthquake? Is it a volcano? Is it another hurricane? Just to give us kind of those tools that we can use for helping to clear energy or rebalance energy. So I said, that's something that's good. I know I've been working with it off and on. And it's so funny because even now when I check with it, it's like, I think it's getting better. But then I hear something about, oh, it's getting more energy. And I was like, really? It feels less to me. But anyway, Kathy, is that affecting you or is it further north of you?
It's supposed to hit the Outer Banks in North Carolina, which is just south of me.
Oh, south of you.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, so we probably will get some wind and rain, but I think it's going to veer off into the Atlantic.
I just keep pushing it off into the Atlantic, and
yeah.
you know, where it's not going to affect much of anything. So anyway, I mean, I love the idea of doing something like that where she can work with all of us to work with energy, because not only is this about working with the energy of the planet, but we can do it with each of our own things that we may have going on. So anyway, I'm kind of excited to see what the meditation is going to be tonight. Now then, after tonight, we're not going to get together until the third Monday of September. The first Monday, and I usually do this the first and third Mondays. And the first Monday, I'm going to be out of town. I'm taking vacation, big one. I'm going to Europe. I'm going on one of those Viking cruises, and I'm super excited.
Wow.
Yeah, super excited. I haven't been on a vacation like this in probably 15 or more years. It's been a long time. So anyway, this is kind of sort of my retirement when I retired from nursing. And originally I was going to go on one of the Christmas tours. And then I decided, wait a second, I don't want to be over in Europe for Christmas. I'd be missing out on everything that I have going on here. So I decided on this tour instead. So anyway, I'll be gone a total just under 2 weeks, and I am not even taking my computer with me. I'm still on the fence about that. There's a part of me that's like, I could maybe still slip that in there. But anyway, so I'll be answering emails. I can do that on my tablet or on my phone, but basically no posting, no nothing. So it'll be a big vacation. And I sort of am ready for that.
One.
What?
Well-deserved one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it's so funny because I booked all this back in January, and so it was like so far away. And now the last couple of weeks, it's like, oh, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Do I have to still do this? Do I have to still do that? So I'm definitely looking forward to the break. Okie dokie. So wanted to give that announcement. It'll also be posted on my website. So if anyone ever wonders when's the next whatever that's going on, it'll be on my website. Many of you also follow the Universal Light Beings. So I have no idea why I didn't do this years ago. I have now, in this month, I decided the Universal Light Beings will be the second and fourth Wednesdays of the month. They've been on Wednesday, but it's been like every other Wednesday. So some months it might have 3, some months most months it has 2. But then I thought to myself, well, wait a second here. I could do the meditation on the first and third and the ULBs on the second and fourth. And that way, because some weeks I would have 2 of them in the same week, and then it just is so much work. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to do it like that. And so just decided this month. That's when I'm doing it. But yeah, but it just makes sense to me. So you can see all of that on my website, goddesslight.net, and then the ULBs is the crystallinetransformations.com. I do still have another week. If someone needs to have a private session, we can still squeeze that in. If not, we can do something in the middle of September when I get back, but just send an email or whatever, and I will not forget you. Goodness. So let us just get going.
The recording has started. All participants are muted.
All right. For our channel this evening, it's always important for us to take time to center our energies and anchor our energies, both within ourselves and in the space where we are. So focus by taking a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, allow that energy to just move in through your nose. Let it move down through your energy bodies. And you can send it into the floor if you want. And then when you breathe out, let go of any tension or stress. Let go of anything that may be hanging over you. Taking another breath. This time you're breathing again in through your nose, but you're following that breath of energy as it moves into your lungs. Really feel the energy of your lungs. Really feel as your oxygen is moving into your body. And then as you're ready to, breathe out, letting go of any tension or stress. Letting go of anything at all that may be hanging over you. Feel as if every breath in that you're breathing in is moving in through your lungs and into every cell within your body, and that every breath out, you're letting go old energy. You're letting go of tension or stress. You're letting go of anything at all that may be holding you down. Just breathe in and out, gently and easily. Namasika Venia Benya. Namasika Venia Benya. I greet you, beloved family. I reach out from my heart to yours. I reach out to embrace you in this now moment. I invite you to take this time and celebrate that you are here, that you're alive, that you're on earth, and that you're taking this time to nurture yourself. So let every breath in be a breath that is filled with light. Let every breath out be a breath that is letting go of whatever it is that no longer serves you. You are here at this time of ascension. You are here at this time of very dramatic changes that are taking place on earth. For so many of you, this is why you chose to incarnate at this time. This is why you wanted to be here and present, to be able to experience all of this. I realize that for many of you, as I say that, your feeling is of, oh, not really, didn't really want it to be so hard. That is so often the case. You may have been seeking to manifest something your whole life, and then when it gets there or you're almost there, you realize it was a lot of work. or it was different than what you anticipated, or you just ended up manifesting something totally different, not really realizing that that's what you needed to have in your life. When you can have an openness for whatever it is that may be going on in and around you, it can allow you even greater opportunities than you anticipate. Taking a deep breath, breathing into your heart center. And as you feel that energy of your heart center, you can feel it as it's moving around. You feel yourself connecting to the chakra, you're connecting to your heart energy. And then you send a stream of it moving down. It moves through your solar plexus, your sacral, your root center, and it goes down into the earth. Feel how your energies can anchor within this space. Allow that flow of the planet, that flow of Gaia, to move back up through that strand. It comes back into your heart again. And then you send it up. It goes through your throat, your third eye, your head center, your crystalline energy body, and it moves all the way up until it connects with your higher self. Here, within the space of your higher self, look around at whatever it is that you may be working on. You may see what you seek to manifest. You may see problems that you have at work or in situations. Be the observer without connecting. And then as you get ready to clear out that space, clear out that energy, so that as you continue to work with your higher self, you are open to whatever is the newest and the best potential here for you. As you allow that perception to be within you, send your energy even further up. You can just follow that stream of consciousness that moves from you all the way into your soul. As you connect with your soul essence, look around at what this space is for you. As you are here within this space, understand that your soul is that unconditional love that supports you in anything that you may do. As you look around the space of your divinity, There may be other lifetimes or parts of this lifetime that come up into your awareness. I, the goddess, walk in and amongst each one of you. As I connect with your energy, we merge and it shifts, moving everything into the space of the all that is. Open up your consciousness. Open up all of your senses so that you may feel what this place is for you. Time is non-linear. Time moves in a spiral motion. As you move through your life, you may have particular experiences that perhaps were challenging to you, and you thought you moved past them, and then it seems to come around again. It could be months later, years later, but you think to yourself, I was done with this. This was over. Because of that spiral of time that moves through your life, anything that was either very strong of an impulse within your life, or perhaps it was a karmic agreement, meaning before you were born, you put forth an intention to have a particular experience, or perhaps meet someone. It causes a trigger that will come up as you're living your life. The other thing that is happening right now is that the ascended energies are integrating first and foremost into each one of you, and then into the planet around you. These are energies of a higher frequency. These are energies of new potential. However, if you're still stuck in some of that old repetitive pattern, this new energy is not able to fully integrate. So take a look at your life and consider something that might come up for you again and again and again. And as you're looking at your life, as you're thinking about what this may be sure to look at the energy or the essence that it represents. It may be that the situation is different, perhaps people are different, Perhaps it's a relationship, but it's that relationship with family members and then later on relationship with work people. Look at the essence, not the specifics. If you open up your consciousness, it'll most likely slide right into you. Because we are here in the all that is, as you become attuned to whatever that cycle was for you, look to your soul before you were born and be open to know why. Why did you implement this in this life? What's interesting is that I noticed for some of you, it's very straightforward. You can understand why this pattern is in your life. However, I notice with others, it is almost the reverse. You think the problem is one thing, but what it's teaching you is the opposite. So be open to whatever it is that you truly need to learn at this time. For many of you, it's about abundance. So look around at all the abundant energy that is right here. This may represent abundance in every format. As if you are opening up your arms, receive that flow of abundance, allowing it to heal or transition anything within you. I heard for others, it's about security, feeling secure within yourself. And what does security represent? Can you trust yourself? Can you believe in yourself? Can you trust your intuition as you meet other people? Or can you trust yourself when it comes to finding a job or a home? Let security be something that infuses everything within and around you. And what I see happening is that it's expanding your intuition. If you seek security in your life, open to your intuition. I see a group of people that have been seeking relationships. Maybe they struggle with relationships. Maybe they're seeking something in others that they don't allow within themselves. For many people, relationships are about control. Who is in control? And it makes many people feel disempowered to be in certain relationships. If you are seeking or have a pattern in your life in relation to relationships, then clear it out now. And as you do so, let everything flow within you that will assist you to know who you are as a person, and therefore your many, many gifts that you give to others, and then the gifts from others that you can receive. Relationships are about giving and receiving. Perhaps you're working on something totally different. No matter what it may be, allow the information to flow within your consciousness while here in the all that is. Allow your focus to be such that you understand whatever the reasons may be for the process you've been within. And I'm just going to send a wall of energy. Just let it move through everything here within the all that is. And I invite each one of you to affirm as you are here, as you are stepping into this higher vibrational frequency, do so with a clean slate. Do so with a clear intention that moving forward, you are open to receive. You are happy to use all of your senses, all of your energy. And this will all be expressed within your life. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. I would also like for us to work with the energies that are sometimes within you, sometimes around you on the planet. Every one of you have the ability to connect with something that may be going on, and then you can infuse light, you can transition, whatever it may be. And even if you think, I am but one person, understand that there are probably millions of others that are doing the same thing. So when it comes to doing energy work, you are not alone. We will practice with Hurricane Erin that is located off the coast in the Atlantic Ocean. off the coast of the United States. And what I encourage you to do is, with your consciousness, you send out energy and then just pay attention. You can tap into it. It's as if you can see it within your mind's eye, or perhaps you just feel a response. Many of you have seen the images, so you could pull up that image. But as we look at this storm, and as we're connecting with it, we have that sense of movement in a spiral. And there are a large number of us that are currently working with this hurricane. So envision that there is a group of people that surround this hurricane. You may intuitively feel that there is something that you can do that will help to diminish it. I am going to express some potentials. As you look at this, it is a spiral that is filled with wind and filled with rain. As we send our focus into the center, there is a sense of pulling that energy and sending it down into Gaia, so that instead of it spiraling here, that energy goes down into Gaia, and the earth itself absorbs this energy. Another potential that people can do is to have a sense of pulling out those winds that are moving in a spiral. But then in some cases, it gives that perception of getting bigger. Another option is that as you connect with it, start sending the energy in the opposite direction that it is moving. At first, it's as if nothing happens. But as you connect, almost as if you're pulling on that energy, and then you send it the opposite direction. And you begin to envision it in your mind, in your consciousness, in your intention. And you're sending that energy in the opposite direction, because it's all just energy. And as you begin to send it against the pattern that it is in, it causes it to come to a standstill, and it diminishes the intensity. Other people have been looking at this and just pushing it out into the Atlantic so that it does not come into landfall. When it is out in the Atlantic, it can also diffuse more easily. If this is what you choose to work with, create an energetic wall that goes down into the earth and up as high as it needs to go, and just send from your heart into this wall love, light, intention. Maybe it's pink and sparkling or white. But begin to see this wall is created just as you create that ball of energy in your heart center. You and the many, many others that are here send this wall of energy that is created through your intention. Maybe you take a little bit of the energy from the hurricane. Maybe you take it from the earth and bring it up. But this wall becomes very thick and very solid. There are already many that have created a wall, and we're adding to it. And this is off the shore from the coastline, so that as those winds come against it, it redirects it, going back out to the ocean. You can also work with color as an energy. One of the most soothing and balanced is purple or violet. Begin to send that violet light into this hurricane, and the intrinsic energy of that color will also begin to slow things down so that it will find a more natural balance. We have only spent a few minutes working with this, but already I can see a difference. So if ever you wonder, will you make any difference? Yes, you will. We begin to see this calming going more and more into this hurricane. You begin to see it becoming softer and gentler. You begin to see the energies of the ocean coming up and pulling that spiral down into the ocean. Interesting. It's as if I saw Poseidon and other beings of the ocean that are seeking to bring this down. Indeed, at one point, this was amplified by mechanical means, and that has also been diffused. Now we're fast forwarding. This may not be all happening in real time in this now moment, but everything that you're doing, everything that you're working on is having an impact. And you know that you're working with many, many others. And you know that this is going to minimize as much as possible this hurricane. It's going out into the ocean. It is expanding and diffusing and sinking down into the waves. It goes on and on. That wall of energy that is off the coast will stay there as long as it is needed, and then it will just dissipate on its own. But I ask you, with your inner eyes or your inner knowing, can you tell the difference of just working with it this short period of time? You can do this if there's an earthquake. You can do this for flooding, a volcano, a tsunami, no matter what it is that happens on the earth, it is all energy, and you can work with that energy to seek it to find balance and to seek it to be neutralized. Everything happening in your own body is all energy, and you can work with it to help it become neutralized and help it to be in the optimal strength that is going to support you. Whew. We send our consciousness out to the hurricane. It will be there as long as it needs to. There may be something going on in other parts of the world or other parts of the planet. So wherever you are, whatever is around you, invite whomever it is that you would like to help you. It does not need to be a specific person. Just I'm working on diffusing this, and anyone else that wants to help me. And up within the all that is where we are, up within the ethers, there are many, many people in their consciousness that are open to assist by working with the energy to create changes on the planet. Whew. We are already together as a group through working with Hurricane Erin. We have already connected with the earth plane. But if there's anything that you would like to specifically align with from your own journey of clearing out that you may have, let that come up now. Let that be here within this space. And then as you look around you, it's interesting. It doesn't look like the hologram the way it usually does because it's still centered in that space. So let us take a step back. Let us release where we were working with the hurricane. And now just see the hologram as it comes up. There we go. This way, no matter where you are in the world, you can find your place and you can infuse into the hologram your own transition, or if you want to work with the energy of wherever it is that you live. You send that into the hologram, and then an aspect of it goes out to the universe, creating the balance in the universe, and the remainder goes down. It moves down into the space of the earth. It goes through the energy of the earth. It goes through the collective consciousness, and it goes all the way down until it anchors. As it does so, it then reverses, coming back up through the many layers of the earth. It comes back up within the trees, the grass, the rivers, the water. And out of curiosity, look to where that hurricane is, and you can see there's a significant difference. You can still see it out in this space, but it doesn't look as big to me now, nor does it look as fast of winds. So you have done significant work on diffusing that energy. You let your own intention for this evening flow back down in you. It comes down through your head. It anchors in your heart center. And you take a moment to just feel it as it's moving up and down within you. If you would like to ask a question, I invite you to come back within the room.
Q&A session has started.
You may press *6 on the phone, and that will place you in the queue. Nobody's in the queue tonight. Is there anyone that would like to ask a question?
Good evening, Goddess. I'll always take a question. Thank you so much. Sitting here on Galen Dam Recreation Area looking at this big lake and these incredible, almost looks like desert colors, interesting sunset colors everywhere. And I tried tonight to just let go of worrying about where I'm going to live or anything. Do you have anything to add to that or anything else you pick up? You know, that's kind of what I was working on tonight. The block of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
It feels as if this time of being a nomad is coming to an end. It feels like you will always take trips. You will always have time that you spend going in different places because it's just intrinsic within you that you want to be in different places. Sometimes people will live in one place for their whole entire life and never experience something else. You've never been like that. You've always wanted to go places, to experience things, and to be. But it feels like that has been a pattern for you, and it feels like it's a pattern that is coming to an end. We definitely don't see you going out to any of the coasts. We see you staying within like the Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, all in that area, kind of the center of the planet, of the country. And honestly, you haven't really made a choice. Oh, we know you also like Hawaii, but that feels like it's a visit. It doesn't feel like you live there permanently.
Right.
So it feels as if it's a time for you to kind of ask yourself the questions. Well, what do I want for the next year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be? And that will help you to discern, well, this is where I want to go because this is what I would like to have in my life. And by doing that, it feels like it'll be easier for you to figure out where you're going to want to go. But we do see that, especially coming up on winter, that you still stay within that Colorado area. And so we don't see too much beyond that because you haven't made that choice as yet.
Right. It could be difficult to find something around here. There's 3 ski areas, and it's also a summer resort. And the last few years I've gone to southern Utah, southern Nevada when it turned to snow here for the winter, and then come back here, like the 2 places. So it kind of feels like I'll stay this year. I'll find something.
Well, that's just what we're seeing in this now moment. You're the one that's living it in real time. So you just need to follow your intuition, follow where it tells you to go. But there's just something about these mountains that have always called to you. And so we could appreciate that being in the snow and that deep cold would be really hard. So, but just at this now moment, as we look 6 months down the road, we just have a sense of you being more in this generalized area and not some place that's like 200-300 miles away. So maybe there's a place to go further south and still be, I don't know. That's just what we're seeing right now.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm just thankful to be here. It's a pretty magical place.
Indeed. Indeed.
If I can find something for a year, I wouldn't mind.
That would be good for you.
Winter if it,
absolutely.
Something with views and hot tubs, that would be great.
All right, beloved.
Thank you, Goddess. Love you.
You're welcome. Hello? Kathy?
Oh, I had you on mute. Sorry. Talking away. What a great session tonight. And I work with energies a lot, but I hadn't really dealt with something on a big scale like that. And that was just so enlightening to understand that. And I'm going to definitely be working with that more. And anyway, I just feel that, well, the whole world's on the brink of something, but especially me, I feel like I'm on the brink of some big changes coming in the very near future. And I just wonder what you see for me.
We have a sense of retirement. We know that it's been that you've been semi-retired for multiple years now, but we have a
Yes.
sense of you no longer going into that job, and that maybe there's something else you pick up to keep you busy and stuff like that. But we just have this sense of like not having to work anymore, not having to go in anymore, and just having something else that you can choose to do that you want to do for your life, instead of that constant turmoil of having to go into work. That just, I mean, it seems imminent. So
That's wonderful. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
yeah, and I mean, and we say eminent because that's the way the energy feels to us right now. That could mean that it's within a month or so, you know, because things take time to change. But when we feel the energies as right now, that just means that everything is already in the process of working. The universe is working to do what it can to support you. The universe is here helping you to get into this place so that you can make that final decision and make that change in your life.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I've been doing this accounting payroll job for 28 years, the same way, every payroll. And it's just been, and it's a good job, and they're very good to me. And I do enjoy the work to a certain degree, but I'm just really tired of it.
Yeah, it's just
And,
time for a change.
Yeah, and one thing I really want to do is maybe teach meditation or have meditation groups. My brother is in an NA group, and part of their curriculum, I guess you could say, is they are supposed to meditate. And I thought it would be great to maybe even speak at some of these groups to talk about meditation, and because they talk about your higher being. And
Yeah.
I know that's really getting more in touch with my soul and higher self helped me to have much more balance in my life. And I just think that would be real rewarding and helpful. So, but thank you very much. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
we think that's a much better way for you to spend your days.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
All right, beloved.
Alrighty.
Hello, Goddess.
Hello.
I had a healing session with Shelly and her angel, and it was an extremely deep healing. But I'm surprised because shortly afterward, all of my symptoms began to return, and it became really bad. And it's almost like I'm experiencing, I don't know, cellular memory or what, but I was all these stuff that about self-love, not accepting at a very deep level of loving, accepting myself. I find like I'm experiencing like a lot of anger coming out of me,
Mm-hmm.
and the symptoms flare up. And I don't know if it's being released from my cellular or I'm falling backwards on it. But as I reflect upon this, as I was thinking, if I were sharing this out loud, what would I say to this person? Is to have love and compassion for myself. I've been calling in for help, and
Yeah.
I did a lot of transition. So I don't know if I'm effective or not.
Well, you know what? This is what the goddess was talking about at the very beginning here, that with this shift into the higher vibrational frequencies, you're getting rid of what you need to release in order to be fully present in the higher vibrational frequency. You have let this go time and time and time again. So it's not that you haven't let it go in the past. It's that at this frequency, it still remains in your energy field. So getting angry and frustrated about it, very, very normal, very typical way of reacting to something, because you're thinking, oh my gosh, how many times am I going to clear this? But
No. it's expressing itself as anger.
So
I'm observing.
right. So this anger, this and we think you're spot on in terms of self-love and how would I talk to myself. This anger that you're feeling is the frustration that you're still feeling this way. That's just my read on it. And so by letting yourself be angry, it's always important to acknowledge that this is what I'm feeling, this is how I'm reacting, this is what I'm doing, but not get all caught up in it. So the anger is very real, it's very present, and it feels like frustration and anger. And when is this ever going to be done? And it feels like it's also manifesting as other physical symptoms. So whatever it is that you can do to counteract that through acknowledging the anger, acknowledging the frustration, and then bringing in the balancing energy or bringing in whether it's through aromatherapy or saging or whatever it is that you can also do, that will be other ways that you can work with this energy to clear it out once and for all. And it just feels like it is something that it's almost like the snap of a finger. Something will happen and it'll be like, oh, we got it, we're done, and it'll just disappear. It does not feel like it's something that's going to be there forever and ever and ever. It just feels like it's because of the changes in energy that it's bringing it up again, and it's time for you and it's not time for you to do much of anything except just let it go and let it go and let it go, and open to the love, feel the acceptance, feel the awareness of who you are and what's happening, and let that be what replaces it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, beloved. This will be the last one.
Hi, Goddess.
Hello.
Hi. I have a question regarding treatment of an injury. In December, I had a pretty major slip and fall, and I fractured my wrist and hurt my back. And there has been improvement since that date, but it's been slow. And the wrist has finally, the bone has healed, I believe, but I'm still having nerve issues. And they've suggested doing a nerve block, but I'm wondering if you think that would be helpful or not, because I've never had one and I'm having a lot of anxiety and I'm not sure if that's the best step.
Well, the nerve block would certainly get rid of the pain and that shooting pain that you've been having. So we don't see that the nerve block is necessarily bad for you. But it does feel like we're sure you've already been doing. What is that stuff, that little like impulse, that like physical therapy or something where they have impulses that go down your arm or your, to try to regenerate the nerves and try to help them heal. And it seems like there are treatments. Maybe it's physical therapy. Maybe it's like that red light therapy or EMF therapy or there. Have you been doing all that on your wrist already?
I haven't. I've done just like physical therapy, but I haven't done. It was very, very sensitive. They were telling me it was probably complex regional pain syndrome, but then they're saying it's nerve damage too. So I don't. Things are improving now, but before it was so sore you could barely touch it. But they haven't done what you're talking about, but I think that's just because they don't have that at the facility where I was doing physical therapy.
Right. So maybe look around and see what kind of alternative therapies may be out there that can help you, and see if some of that might also work for it. But if you did get the nerve block, it doesn't feel like it's like blocks it 100% of the pain, but it feels like it relieves a good bit of it so that it doesn't feel quite so acute as what it's been. But with the medical facility, as you know, you just like, we'll try this. Okay, did work, didn't work. We'll try this. Did work, didn't work. We'll try this. It's a little bit of trial and error, you could say. And so
Yeah.
this just feels like it's the next step of what they would do. And we're getting that, yes, it would probably help you. Would it get rid of the pain 100%? We're not necessarily feeling that's the case, but it does feel like it would cause some relief. But we would also say to you, look around at like stimulation, or maybe what is that stuff, acupuncture, or like alternative treatments that may also work with the nerves to help them either calm down. It feels like they're inflamed because they're not in alignment the way they should be. And so it feels like if there's something that can help them get back into alignment, then it'll get rid of that inflammation and they'll feel better.
Okay. It's a new doctor who I just saw once who's doing the nerve block. Do you think that like she's skilled? Like there's no risk of something bad happening if I do go ahead with the nerve block? Like she would
Yeah, it feels like, yeah, it feels like there's always a risk. So we can't say that there's anything that you do that doesn't have some sort of risk. That just feels like it kind of goes along with it. But this doctor and like what we're tapping into through you, and when it feels like we're not seeing any red flags. It feels like they're competent to do that procedure.
Okay. I mean, I guess I could always meet with her again and say, hey, I have a lot of questions. Can we answer those before we go ahead?
Indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. And ask for her to explain things to you more, so that if like this inflammation that we're seeing and that the nerves are not communicating, if she says stuff like that, or if it helps you to understand, then, would acupuncture make a difference? Are there other alternative treatments that might make a difference? And she may not know, but it might give you more information so that you can seek out other treatments on your own that could also be helpful to you.
You mean by meeting with her again and just getting clearer on the next
we feel
step?
like she could give you more information to help you understand, what she's talking about doing,
Okay.
and then give you other information that you can take to other practitioners. Like if you want to go the alternative therapy.
Well, I have been doing chiropractic and they have been doing adjustments that have helped, but there might be something else is what you're saying, right?
Correct. We're getting a neutral on the physical therapy, on the chiropractic. It feels like they've done as much as they can do.
Okay. So time to find someone who knows about nerves more.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, beloved.
Q&A session is over. All participants are muted.
In this time of ascension, you have a very unique opportunity for creating your life. Energy is in everything. Energy is in your physical body, it's in your environment, it's in emotions, it's in the thoughts and beliefs, it's in everything that is within and around you. So as you seek to create changes, as you seek to live at a higher frequency, work with your own energy so that you are at that place that gives you the most potential. And you're there because you feel good, your intuition is flowing, things fall into place in your life. And this is all telling you, yes, I'm in alignment. Yes, I'm where I need to be. And yes, this is exactly what I am seeking. So too, don't forget to work with the energy of your environment, because you are even more powerful than what you realize. Beloved, know that I am ever with you and within you. Ansaluia.